DIY barstool reupholstery, a $10 thrifted find to a French country blue and white glow up. Let's get started. Welcome back to the channel, everyone, for this DIY barstool reupholstery from a Facebook marketplace find to a French country blue and white glow up. Let's get started. And before I dive into this $10 barstool makeover, I wanted to share my very first big upholstery project way back in the 90s. It was a chair I found curbside with the ottoman, water stains as you could see on the photo from the rain, but I thought I can do this. So I brought it home, I added the fabric, I trimmed it out, and I even restained the wood around the entire piece. And this was back before, phones were phones. So I've only had the photo because it had to be developed, and hence the poor look of it. So when I say this has been a passion of mine for years, I really do mean it. And that's why I'm excited to share this photo project with you on today before we get to this makeover. So let's get right into what we came for. So I grabbed these bar stools from Facebook Marketplace and I paid $10 for both of them. They were plain and very worn out. I actually love all of the wood detailing that is going around the chair. With some blue and white floral fabric, we're going to add a little glow up. I'm going to give them the full French country details that they need. Let's get started. Reupholstering them is a lot easier than actually going out and purchasing something new. But I actually only purchased them because they were $10 on Facebook Marketplace. And as always, I like to hone in on my reupholstering skills as much as I can when I can find finds such as this. $10 for two beautiful bar stools in real wood. Hey, you can't miss. So let's get started on this. First thing I did when I picked them up is I kept thinking about the different fabrics that I wanted to use. So with that being said, I did another live and I went on with the different fabric choices that I could choose to make over the bar stools with. There was different people on the live on that day, and I had many fabrics to choose from, multiples. So we didn't come to an end with which one to actually choose. I don't know if I actually showed this particular print when I was featuring all of them on the live. But this one is absolutely beautiful. But this fabric, as you can see here, gorgeous. It has a beautiful bold blue floral rose on it, and the pattern runs throughout the fabric. Absolutely gorgeous. How did I find this fabric? I like to find fabrics in unconventional places or in unconventional things. This one here was actually a shower curtain. Saw the print and I absolutely loved it, and I thought to myself, this is excellent for reupholstering some type of chair, a bench, an ottoman, something along the way that I could definitely see it in. So I picked it up. Before we get into the French country European glow up of these stools, let me give you a quick overview of the chairs. These are oval back stools, and while I often say bar stools, there really is a distinction. These are true bar height, which is taller than counter height stools. They come in a classic linen fabric, which is very common for this particular style, paired with the beautiful wood frame. But today, I'll be reupholstering them with a timeless blue and white floral fabric to create that elegant, chic, and classic European French country look. You can see the chairs have a small decorative trim that runs around the entire frame. All of that will need to be carefully removed along with the existing fabric from the seat to the front and the back of the chair. I'm taking it all off because when you're reupholstering, you don't want to just cover over old material. That might look okay for a short time, but it won't give you a clean professional finish. By starting fresh, I can make sure that the new fabric lays smooth and secure, and the overall look will last for years, and especially if you have to clean them. So along with the trim, I'll also be removing the staples along the back of the chair. Those staples are what hold the original fabric in place, so once they're out, I can take off the old covering completely. So this setup is important because it gives me direct access to the frame and the padding, lets me check the condition underneath and make any adjustments if needed to the frame. So prepping the frame this way is what really sets the foundation for a successful reupholstery project. It's where the difference shows between a quick cover-up and a true transformation. Where I am not going to be most likely keeping these bar stools. They will be up for sale, but make them over and then I will turn around and I will sell them either to someone who's just looking for some bar stools or who wants to add some beauty into their space. I use my upholstery gun, my staple gun for upholstery. This is a staple gun. It doesn't have a long nose, which helps to get in a lot of those cracks and crevices. I do not feel like pulling out my compressor, which normally I have to use air compressor when I am using the pneumatic staple gun. So with that, I wanted to use something that was just a little bit more easier maneuvering on today. Not that that's not, I just don't feel like pulling out all of the tools. So yeah, if you want to call that being a little lazy, that's okay. But I like to try different tools on different projects to see how well they work, and especially for you all out there who may want to try your hand at DIY upholstery or how to upholstery, learning to do this without spending a lot of money, because a lot of people don't want to go out and purchase a upholstery gun along with a air compressor, along with those type of nails that go, not nails, but yeah, sometimes you use the upholstery nails. They're very small upholstery tags. But with the staples that go along with that, this is a great tool for the novice. And so we're going to give this a try. I did it on the bench. It worked perfectly. The power behind it was excellent. I like it because it's rechargeable. So you simply attach the little plug to the port here, and then you let it charge. A green light comes on, lets you know that it's fully charged, and then you can go to work with it. And it uses basic staples. They are pretty heavy duty. They are really good because, again, they worked perfectly on the DIY upholstery bench that I did a few weeks ago. So we're going to give it a try on the chair and see how well this works. I'll let you know at the end of the video how well I like it doing a chair. In specific spots or places along your furniture, when you are doing reupholstery, you are most likely will need a longer nose stapler. This one, again, as you can see here, it's very flat. It doesn't have a nose pretty much at all. In other words, like a Pinocchio, a nose that extends out. Not that it lies, but you get the point. We're going to give this a try today. This is my first time trying it on a chair, something like a chair that has indentations or places where I may have to use a little bit more pressure to get inside of the grooves. We will see, because the chair pretty much does not have really deep insets that I will have to get into, nooks and crevices, in other words, is what I'm speaking of. But we will give it a try on today and see how that works out with using this, and then I will let you all know. So if you are out there and you want to start your journey to reupholstering, trying your hand at it, small items, then I will let you know if this works out. And they have another one, and I'll tell you that one as well, or I will add the link and show you a picture of that within the video. So let's give it a try and see what it does. Next step, before I bring in the fabric, I need to prep the seat with a thin layer of foam. This makes all the difference in how smooth and the look will be. So it is a professional look, which is what you're going for, as best as possible. Not perfect, but as best as you can get it possible. So without it, you will end up with a little lumpy bumpy mess, which we don't want. We don't want the uneven spots showing through, and that's not the finish, again, that we're going for. Not perfect. So I'll cut the foam to size so it fits neatly across the seat, hanging over the edges. Keeping it precise also helps to avoid the bulky corners, and it keeps the lines of the chair very nice and clean all the way around. And then to secure it, I usually go with staples rather than spray adhesive. Spray, it can hold for light projects, But on a piece like this, which is a chair and it is a seat, that weight will be going on. That's ongoing for daily use. You want to use staples to give it a stronger, longer lasting hold. And once it's stapled down tight, the seat is smooth, it's secure, and it's ready for the fabric overlay. And I know I kept saying foam. That wasn't foam, that was the batting. And it was a very thin layer of batting. So I trimmed out the entire piece with a blue and white fabric I showed you earlier. And once everything was stapled and secured, the stools had that fresh French country look I was aiming for. I only had 2 chairs. I used some of the leftover fabric to make a couple of accent pillows. I thought I'd add them to an existing stools that I already had for that glow up, just to show how everything can work together. So here's a full before and after, the front and the back. And I made sure to line up the floral pattern so that it matches on both sides, which is something to always consider or keep in mind when working with florals or bold prints on chairs or furniture pieces. And finally, here's the styled look in the kitchen at the island, and I absolutely love how they turned out. They are elegant, they are classic in the blue and white print, and full of that French country European charm that I was going for. And of course, the real hazard of this job is that I may get hooked on keeping my own creations instead of selling them. Again, that's a hazard of the job, but you got to do what you got to do. Let it go, let it go. Well, thank you all for joining me. As always, stay inspired, motivated, keep moving, creating something beautiful. If not for yourself, then definitely for someone else. This has been Chanel, and I'll see you all for the next one. Bye for now.